Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to my beautiful YouTube channel. My name is Katerina. I'm a professional makeup artist and here we talk about makeup and beauty. I told you so many times that the main source of inspiration for my videos are my clients. So last week I was helping one of my clients to get ready for a Balmain fashion show. I live in Tampa and last weekend we had an amazing event. So we had the Balmain fashion show here in Museum of Arts of Tampa, and one of my clients was the one who was actually interviewing people for the fashion show. Extremely exciting events for Tampa City, and I was honored to do her makeup. So, of course, when I do somebody's makeup, it's usually a lot of chatting, a lot of talking, a lot of tea. I did her makeup for the first time, and what she brought up to my attention is how she actually can't find the artist who will hear her out and stop using so much powder on herself. I know a lot of artists, they're more focused on longevity and photographing effect of the makeup, so they do use a lot of powder. In my area in Florida, I do know that artists are using a lot of powder, and she, being a former makeup artist herself, absolutely can't stand powders on her face. It does crease, it does age her, it does look weird and dry her so badly that she ended up hating her makeup. So we discussed a little bit of this issue, and yeah, I was thinking about her and decided to create this video. Is the video of how to do your under eye makeup so it doesn't crease and it doesn't look powdery even though you're going to use some powder. So keep watching and I will quickly share with you my main techniques, my main products I do use in my professional kit to help my clients to feel good with their makeups. And the first step is concealer. I did try so many different concealers, and I do love one concealer. It's drugstore. I talking about it from video to video. It's just because I love it so much. And this concealer is Maybelline Eraser. First of all, I do always prep my client under eye, so I do use different serums and make sure I massage and I make under eye moisturized, because there is nothing more horrible for your makeup than dry under eye area. It's not gonna work, it's not gonna complement any makeup you're gonna put on. So make sure always you do moisturize your under eye area. It's a bunch of different serums out there on the market and you can choose whatever you want. Next, I do use concealer under eye. So my main technique, I do apply a little bit and I blend it with the fluffy brush like that. It already has tons of concealer on it. I do blend it my moves are like this. So I blend it. Then I add a little bit more and blend it again with my fluffy brush. And then I always use a sponge. There is a bunch of different sponges. You can use a big one, you can use a tiny one. You can buy a very little tiny sponges just for your under eye area if you got used to brushes. But I do love sponge because sponges, so I press in my already blended concealer with the brush and I see intensity. If I need to build up, I build up, but I use the brush. I don't leave concealer, this particular concealer, because I don't see any reason why I need to leave it for 3 minutes to set and then blend. So it's not necessarily for me and my techniques. So I do apply it and blend it with brush first, and then I take my sponge and I work on already blended concealer. So I keep working on it and make sure I tap the product into the skin, and I make sure it's a completely nice and smooth before I touch powder. I do love Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powder. This is my travel size powder, very cute and nice, but you definitely can find any sizes. So I love this one because it's easily goes to my purse. And I take this powder. I always take the puff like that. My shade is fair, and I do press the powder into the puff. Take my mirror, and I double check if there is no any like creasing, because concealer, when it's not set yet, because it's a creamy formula, it still can crease, but not my eraser after I tapped it so many times with my sponge. So by the time I need to set it with the powder, it's still nice and smooth, but just double check in case there is still some little tiny creases. You can just even up it with your finger palm, and then, and only then, you use your pressed powder and you press it. And you press it under your eyes. This powder, Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powder, it's a unique product. Nothing works better than this powder. I do not like any of pressed powder to set under eyes. It does Photoshop's area under the eye, and it's perfect. And now, and only now, you can use a setting powder, the one which is more loose. My favorite is Hourglass. I also shown you my travel size. I'm going to use the same puff, or I don't know, if you like to set a little bit with these pink powders, you also can do it, but with the puff. And on the top of my Charlotte Tilbury, I set loose powder. And I also press it into my face. I don't want just like rub it. No, this is not the moves you would like to use when you set your makeup. You press it. You press it. These combinations of two powders and this concealer, it always works so perfect for me. So I don't want to switch my products at all. Like, I don't want to. I don't want to switch these techniques to when I set my brides and my clients, just because it works and it stays like that. After this, when you're finished with the rest of the makeup, you're going to set with the setting spray, so all powders connected, and then you finish it with the finishing spray to mattify look or to like seal your makeup. So this is the only one technique I use on all my clients, and they feel very, very comfortable on what I did with their under eye. So I never had any feedback about creasing under eye. So use it. It's very simple. It's just sometimes you need a particular product combination. So I figured like these three products work very good together. And you know, a little bit of technique, because depends on how you apply product, it can make such a dramatic difference. Use it, and remember, no matter how beautiful your makeup is, you will never look pretty with ugly attitude.